Hello, everybody. This is Amy. First, just going to check my audio real quick, making sure you all can hear me, but I also wanted to let you know we'll get started in a few minutes here, give a couple more minutes for some more folks to log in, and then we'll get started. Alrighty, well, I say we go ahead and get started. We are recording this too as well, so if you have any other folks from your organization that weren't able to make it, we'll be sending out a link to the webinar so they can watch it later, or you can go back and revisit it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And again, it'll be recorded the entire time. I'm still sharing the TicketForce webinar generic screen, so don't be worried if you can't see anything, because I just realized I don't have a fancy page to really show you right now until we get into stuff. So I'm going to leave that there, if that's cool with everyone. But I wanted to get started by also saying I hope you all had a chance to watch the most recent webinar before this. It was called Pricing Wars, and it was with Lynn King-Smith and our friend Greg Fahey. They were talking a little bit about different strategies and had conversations about things going on in our industry when it comes to dynamic pricing, the secondary market, and really all those things that we can do to try and fill our seats, keep tickets at reasonable prices, keep them out of the secondary market, that type of thing. If you haven't seen it, it's available on our YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube and search for TicketForce, you'll find our Pricing Wars webinar there, but I highly recommend it. It's pretty great, actually. It got me pretty pumped up. So I'd like to go along with that theme today and talk about a couple of things on both our platforms that you can do to offer some competitive pricing, obviously help drive your revenue, fill your seats and still keep all of your loyal customers happy. If you're new to the TicketForce family, I'd like to kind of brief everyone first on the fact, because I know it can get confusing sometimes, especially with the product webinars, of what's available to who. We do offer 2 platforms here at TicketForce. Odds are, if you are one of our newer clients, or one of our older clients who's been with us for a while that has transitioned to our other platform that's available, you're more than likely on what we call our enterprise level platform. And I'll be talking about those features that we offer on the enterprise level platform first. If you've been a client of TicketForce for a while and are on the same platform you've always been on, you're on what we call our in-house platform. So I'll be speaking to those features second. So first we'll discuss the enterprise, a tool there. We'll discuss a tool on the in-house product, and then I'll take a few minutes at the end to answer anybody's questions. There should be a section in your little GoToMeeting or GoToWebinar panel that has an option for you to go ahead and ask questions. Feel free to go ahead and just type them in at any time when they occur to you, and then I'll open it up at the end and I'll kind of go through those. And then again, if you know anybody at your organization, or if you have anybody that you'd like to forward this or the Pricing Wars webinar to, you'll have links to both of those. And then obviously they'll both be on YouTube. So, all right, let me get my screen. All right, so again, I'm going to be discussing our enterprise platform first. And it's, again, so to kind of build off the premise of Pricing Wars, what I really gathered as a general theme from Lynn and Greg's conversation was how we price tickets is no longer, you know, here's the price, you know, here's this price, see you at the show. As Lynn said, if the ticket price is too low and it's a hot show, you run the risk of a lot of your inventory being gobbled up by folks who never really had any intention of attending in the first place, inflating the price and more than likely ending up in the secondary market. If the ticket price is too high, you run the risk of customers not being able to buy them, or you know, maybe they do what they need to do to go ahead and buy them early, and then you decided to reduce the price or you know, give some discounts out, and you know, maybe they're upset about that. I think the main thing I learned from the webinar though was that your pricing strategy has to be up and center. If you're possibly going to reduce ticket prices later, you know, letting your customers know that. If you may be offering deals down the road, or if you're going to be implementing packages or bundle discounts. If they discussed, you know, slow ticketing, not releasing all of your inventory at once, letting them know that. It's okay to communicate to your customers what your pricing strategy is. You don't have to try and outsmart them. They're the ones that are filling your seats and driving our market. So, you know, being in constant communication with them and being transparent is really something that I kind of learned, again, from that conversation. We hear a lot in our industry, but I want to focus on exactly what dynamic pricing means. It means changing prices throughout the sales timeframe. So not sticking with a static price, you know, maybe the whole entire time the ticket is on sale before the event, maybe having a day of price, you know, those are pretty standard, but dynamic pricing is going to be flexing those prices at any time during the actual sales time frame as well. So not necessarily adding Groupon discounts or you know, put in this password for 10% off, but you know, adding a couple of dollars, you know, here and there, taking it away, flexing those prices dynamically throughout the online and box office too, I suppose, but all through the sales time frame. Dynamic pricing obviously isn't 100% of the solution to keep your tickets out of the secondary market by any means, but it will help you sell your seats more effectively if you have the tools to help you make those decisions and implement them. And that's kind of what I want to look at today. And with the enterprise level platform, we have a couple of products, but I do want to focus on today the Insight Dashboard. Again, it's not meant to be a complete replacement of your detailed financial reporting. We have Insight Plus, so our other half of our reporting module is available for that. But it's basically been built as a business intelligence tool, so it gives you an opportunity to look at ticket sales from one event, multiple events, really however you kind of want to sort those events together, and then you can compare the pricing and the sales of them. So the Insight Dashboard is going to be essentially a deeper look you know, into customer behavior, event sales. It's real-time analytics to any user, allows you to monitor those sales, provides marketing insights, and hopefully, helps you make not only more informed decisions while tickets are on sale, but maybe perhaps before you put something else on sale to really optimize. So the dynamic and visual dashboard we can see here. Not only can you see how many tickets have been sold, so I can see here my tickets today, my tickets total, revenue today, revenue total, but I can also see tickets that are in the process of being bought. Obviously, my hot demo events are not the hot ticket items of the day. Nobody seems to be buying them, but the dibs column here, that's second from the left, I suppose, that's going to be your tickets in transition. So tickets that are in the process of being bought right now. And then you'll be able to see your unsolds as well as your total sales. I like that these three are all right here together. So tickets that are being bought, my unsolds, and then my total ticket sales are all right here. Users essentially create watch lists, so you can see that up here. And then I have my list of watch lists here. But basically what a watch list is a custom grouping of events. So every user will have their own group of watch lists. You can make it for events within a specific time frame, so maybe like your whole season, a weekend group of shows, putting your events of a certain genre together, so maybe all your country shows, all your rock shows. You can put a certain artist or group or team all together throughout the years, so maybe a specific artist came in 2016, 17, and 18, and you're getting ready to put them on sale in 18, so being able to look at 16 and 17 collectively, and then making decisions on 18, and then looking at all those together. So again, it's per user. They can have as many watch lists as they want. The event can be a part of as many watch lists as they want as well. So you can make pretty detailed and custom groupings of events. Not only can we grant insight access to you and obviously everybody in your organization, but we can also make users for any of your third parties. So like promoters, renters, artists and their teams, anybody outside of your organization, but we can limit them to be able to see only their events. So you can make users and restrict them to specific events so they can only see their ticket sales. So in addition to helping you make some hopefully beneficial pricing decisions, the dashboard is also a tool that can hopefully, I like helpfully, it's like hopefully and helpful together. It can hopefully help you cut down on those tedious phone calls, checking in on ticket sales, having you pull and send reports. The dashboard is completely real time. It's available from any web browser, any device, and it's mobile optimized. So you can be at the event, walking around at the event, homesick. Your third party can be in a different city or state, and they can still be monitoring their own ticket sales. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, so Lynn was talking about in Pricing Wars about the tools that we have to see how many people are waiting to buy. Again, in the dashboard, you can see just that. So you see all the tickets in transition. That's this column here that's on dibs. You can also see your total sales as well as your active users. So your active users down that last one on the right are going to be folks that are looking at your event pages right now. So say, for example, you are doing some sort of slow ticketing, releasing your inventory, a little bit at a time, whether that be hours, days, weeks, your highest price tickets first, and letting folks know that you're going to be slowly releasing more and more inventory, but the inventory will be maybe less expensive, and they'll be the not the prime seating, so they know when they can buy. That's the great tool about that active users, or I mean at least one of them. You'll be able to see folks that are still hanging out on those event pages waiting to purchase. You can slowly release more inventory if you need to, or if you need to release it earlier or late, but you'll be able to see all of that activity, absolutely. And then as far as your ticket sales, being able to not only monitor things that are on sale right now, but being able to make those future pricing decisions. You can look at the sales all together of all the shows that I have above in my watch list. You can see your avails, your unsolds, your comps, your holds, your actual sales, your reserved holds, so that's on holds on reserve for a specific person. What I love too is that it also separates your invite a friend hold. So those folks that utilize our invite a friend feature, where it saves some seats next to you. So it allows the online customer to go online, purchase their own seats, but then hold the seats next to them without purchasing themselves. I like that it's separated because you can kind of take you know, some time to think about maybe it's too much in there or maybe it's not enough. So maybe taking a look at increasing the amount people are holding. You know, maybe they're only allowed to hold 2, maybe increasing that amount or reducing it, or even increasing the time that they have to hold them for. So maybe they only have a couple hours, maybe increasing that to a day or 2. But being able to include that as a separate possible decision in your pricing structure and how you're pricing everything and releasing everything is a great tool to have. You can also further break it down by price types. So if you have, you know, individual prices, adult, juniors, that type of thing. And then you can also break it out per price level as well. So I'll be able to see, you know, adults and price level 1, 2, 3, etc. If GoToMeeting would catch up with me. Breaking it down by hold type. This little box in the middle is probably one of my favorite aspects of the Insight dashboard. But you'll be able to break down tickets sold today, tickets sold total, revenue today, revenue total, but then further break it down by your specific channels or your referral traffic. So your channels will be box office, call center, web, and mobile. So where those tickets are coming from, where they're being bought. Again, a huge advantage as far as your pricing decisions. So, you know, maybe this is a huge walk-up crowd, or it's really driving a lot of your mobile traffic. Maybe looking at some of the prices or fees you're charging for those specific channels, maybe upping the price for specific delivery methods like mobile delivery, or upping the price of even will call to kind of eliminate that and then making mobile free. Again, just really being able to see how people are buying these tickets for specific events, and then being able to kind of flex and dynamically price not only your tickets, but your, you know, your order fees, your shipping fees, your booking fees, so your per ticket fees. All of that you have the opportunity to kind of play with, again, to really drive your revenue, obviously make the artist happy, make some money, but then keep your prices within a price range where your customers that really want to come, and then those that kind of just want to check it out, it gives them all an opportunity to still attend if they want to and fill your seats. I think, let's see, what else did I guess to kind of summarize then the Insight dashboard, it's going to really assist in making those pricing decisions for future shows. You can have past events in your watch list. You know, maybe looking at sales again from those similar shows in the past or the same genre, or like I said earlier, with the same artist that's coming through the past years. But you're basically coming in here, and rather than pulling, you know, an Excel sheet from Insight Plus for each individual show, putting them together, this is a great tool to be able to look at custom groupings of shows that you want to see together, but then also adding that visual environment. You can look at overall sales, where they came from, what advertising and referrals were effective, what were not, what zip codes and cities were sales effective in, where were they not effective in, you know, do you need to move any sort of marketing campaigns, or you know, are you marketing in a zip code or a city that folks did not buy from, and then, you know, a lot of your sales came from somewhere else, maybe, you know, migrating some marketing dollars over to that place and putting a little more emphasis there where folks are already, you know, a little bit more aware of the show. What types of tickets are these folks usually buying? Are they buying adults? Is anybody buying children? Maybe you have some student or senior pricing that you want to see if that's effective or not. Are they inviting their friends? If they're not, you know, how can we get them to do that? Are they inviting too many of their friends and then those aren't converting into sales? Again, these are all tools that you can do right here in just one screen, this awesome dashboard we're looking at right now. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to pop them into that questions portion on the panel. I'll be addressing those as soon as I walk through another new feature in our in-house platform. But to summarize before we move on, again, we just took a look at the Insight Dashboard, which is a business intelligence visual reporting tool that is available on our enterprise platform only. I'll give you a chance to kind of type some questions if you need to. I wish I had hold music or something. I'm not quite sure, but I think they're laughing at me out there. They are definitely laughing at me. All right, so let's move on to our in-house platform and a new feature that can also help you competitively price tickets, package items together, and have your customers create create packages. It can include more than just tickets. So again, helping you fill those seats, sell tickets effectively for higher revenues for all, and of course, give your customers a great experience that will make them want to buy, make them want to purchase, and then maybe have them wanting to come back. So with our enterprise platform, or our in-house platform rather, you've always had the options to build a package or a bundle. So we have the fixed package option, which reserves the same seat across all the performances you place into it. And then you have the bundle. Now the bundle can be used for a flex pass, like a pick 6, pick 7 type season ticket. But you can also bundle tickets together for similar shows. So, you know, maybe you have a hot ticket item or a show, and then you have one that's similar but not doing as well. Maybe bundling those together, and the second one is a little bit cheaper of a cost. But you can also bundle tickets with non-ticket items. So bundling tickets with camping, parking, gift cards, you know, whatever you want to build into the system to sell. So until now, this has been the setup. So for example, you have a season of 10 shows and you'd like to offer a pick 6 or more for 15% off. So in this case, you'd have to build a pick 6, a pick 7, pick 8, so on up to 10. In this enhancement, you're able to set price tiers. So one bundle can be built with different discounts and opportunities for pricing without having to build each option that you'd like the patron to have. So I had built this demo bundle here, and so let's take a look. So we're calling them flex bundles, so because they can, they're both two separate options, and we'll talk about that in a sec. But the new flex bundle functionality does need to be turned on by your client services rep. So once it's turned on, I do want to note too, all your old bundles will be archived. Orders are not deleted, you know, information for reporting and all of that stuff, it's not going anywhere. They're just kind of archived because they can't exist in this new structure. So they'll not display on your bundle screen. So just kind of take that into consideration, I guess, when you turn on or off the flex bundles, because anything you do have on sale would need to be rebuilt if you still have bundles on sale. I have a comparison chart that is going to be in the manual. I'll post it to Bloomfire after this webinar, but it'll highlight some of the pros and cons of both the current and new bundle functionalities. I kind of want to go over it, but I don't really want to bore you. But I think some of these are important to note when you are making a decision on whether or not to turn them on. So one of the main differences with the Flex bundle and with the old bundles is that with the old, or the current bundles, I suppose, the customer selects their seats each time for each show. So for each show, they'll go in and say they're picking 6. They'll pick their seats for each of those shows in a reserved seating environment. With the new Flex bundles, all of the seat selections are done through Quick Pick. So if they can quickly get the best available at their price level for each of those 6 shows and put them all into their cart. The other advantage and big main difference is that they are available to sell in the box office, which we'll take a look at. The current bundles, you'll just put everything into the cart, and the box office user will just basically take the job of the bundle online and move those pricing codes to the appropriate ones manually. So I'm going to go ahead, click by bundle. So in this one, I have the option to pick 3 or 4, which saves me 15%, and I have the option to pick 5 to 7, which will save me 20. I do want to hop in here too as well. So for that first page, that main page, everything is pretty much the same, just entering in the description, the name, the images. But there's two options here that are different. So here the bundles display as an event, but you also have the option to display them as a date range, and we'll take a look at that. And then you can also make it box office only, which is great too. But here are all my options that are inside the bundle. And I'll essentially just go one by one and pick my seats. Another advantage of the Flex Bundles functionality is I can go from different price categories, so I can be a VIP or a price category 1 or get really good seats for the one show that I want to have. And then I can maybe just be price level 2 for everything else. I think I have, let's see. Let's do this one. And then in Aladdin. So in the Aladdin performance, I have a VIP option available. So in the current bundles, I'm not able to do that. I'm going to have price category 1 seats available to me through each of the performances. So here it's a little bit more expanded with the price tiers where you can offer different price levels and then different types of tickets. So here I'd like to be a VIP too as well. So this is going to keep track of it down here. Again, it's a pick 3 or 4, so I can still select one more performance, or I can go ahead and check out. Again, it'll give me the best available seats in each of those price levels. And then I just go ahead and check out as usual. There's another addition too. That's great. Let me show you here. And that's being able to have an add-on. So if you want to add on parking or anything like that, it's similar to that shopping cart call out with your events or your performances, being able to also add on. Again, previously, once you put a bundle in your cart, your online customers had to go ahead and complete their purchase. They couldn't manipulate the cart at all. So that means adding other things, other tickets, other non-ticket items being upsold, adding single tickets to something else. You're able to do that now. So it'll add an add-on for any of your bundle purchases as well. And then again, if you'd like to show it, have it in your box office. Also now an option in the box office, and it essentially works the same exact way. So I would sell in the box office the same way as we had that online checkout. And again, don't want to totally bore you with the details, but so you would set up your main image or your main image or description, all of your information here. You would select the performances and the events that are a part of the bundle itself. The pricing is going to be a little more advanced, again, to add those pricing tiers, but its basics are set up the same. So you'll have a bundle pricing code. It'll be set up in each of the performances, and then you'll associate that with your minimum and maximums and what prices you want it to be. And again, you don't have to enable them for all the prices if you don't want to. And then all of your add-ons. Let's see. Go ahead and just check out. And then I wanted to show you how it looks. It's a date range. So here it's going to first ask me if it's a date range of when I'm available and how many bundles I'm going to need, and then it's going to show me all of my available tickets. So to kind of summarize again with the Flex bundles, I don't want to take up too much of your time with the details, but Flex bundles must be enabled by your client services representative. The current bundle functionality or what we just looked at today can be enabled, but both of them can unfortunately not be active at the same time. So you are going to have to choose which one would kind of work for you. Just with the current bundles, they can either be event or performance based. I mean, what else? Oh, they have to have quick pick enabled, obviously, because they're going to be using that quick pick rather than selecting their own seats. An event or a performance can be a part of multiple bundles, just like as it is now. And an add-on performance has to be in a different event or performance. You don't have to be split payment. You can be a single payment system and turn this on. You're also more than welcome to turn it on just in your development site if you kind of wanted to turn it on and take a look at it, see if it works for you. We don't have to move it to your live site if you don't want to turn it on. But again, you're going to still have to kind of choose one or the other and see which one would work best for you. But I see some important questions coming up, so rather than me just talking, I think I'm just going to ask the questions. So let me bring that up here. All right, so the first question I see here is, can TicketForce help us with setting up best available? Absolutely. If you need assistance with that or not really sure how to do it on both platforms, absolutely. So in our enterprise level product, the best available is a smart best available, basically. It can be configured per event, and it essentially can go front to back, left to right. It can skip sections, it can skip seats or rows. It essentially gives you a lot of flexibility and control on how you'd like your house to fill up. So if you'd like to fill up the front, front to back, but you want to skip sections and stuff like that, the enterprise level platform is absolutely excellent at doing that. And again, it could be per event, because if you have, like a comedian or a band, or it's a theater, more of like a theater setting, the best available seat might not always be in the same place. So with the enterprise level product, we can really take a look at how you want your house to fill up, and it can do that. If you need help doing it on the in-house platform, we can still absolutely help you. In terms of the Flex bundles, though, remember it does have to be on, the quick pick has to be on, because that's how it's going to select all of the seats that you've selected to be a part of your bundle. But we can't really do anything about setting it up, but we can definitely show you how it works, and get into some conversations if you have any issues with it. But it sells back to front, left to right, section by section. All right, let's see. So another great question I see here is, does TicketForce come in and train on best practices and uses for the dashboards? Absolutely. If it's not too clear, or you just kind of want to brainstorm and really see how you can effectively use the dashboard, absolutely. Your marketing team, higher level members, so executive directors, presidents, all those folks can be involved in these trainings, because these are useful tools for everybody, not just the box office. So again, including your third party folks, anybody outside of your organization, we are happy to come in and train and really take a deep dive into the dashboard and its functionality with anyone and everyone who is willing to talk about it with us. So we can absolutely do that at any time. Just give us a shout. Let's see, let me look at these other ones. So I have a question: how can TicketForce combat orphan seats in theaters when the event is closing near? Both platforms actually combat orphan seats very well, and it's up to your discretion, but both of them can be, it's a setting that you turn on essentially, where the system won't allow you to leave a single seat. So again, being able to fill up that venue effectively, especially with the enterprise level product, being able to control which seats fill up first and how it's selling smartly so that you're not leaving any single seats and you're not leaving big gaps between seats as well. So each price level, each section, they're effectively being filled up in the way that you want. So for example, if you had, you know, something, a round venue, so a theater or a racetrack, a rodeo, being able to sell the seats that you want to sell first, you know, again, front to back, maybe eliminating those orphan seats. You know, that your house is generally filling up exactly how you want it to. And the artist is happier too, obviously. You know, leaving those empty seats hopefully in the back will be a little bit more effective if there is any empty seats. But yeah, both the platforms, we can combat orphan seats absolutely at any channel. So being able to prevent folks from leaving single seats when they purchase. The enterprise platform too is also has a great tool with Invite a Friend and Full House that really helps combat those as well. Because again, not only am I buying my seats, I'm being prevented from leaving single seats. When I want to purchase my seats and the seats for my friends, it's going to look for seats that are all together. So if I have a total of 5 seats, you know, 2 for me and 3 for my friends, it's not going to stick me in the row of 6 and leave a single seat. It's going to stick me in the back. And, you know, maybe in the row in the back of that has 5 altogether and it doesn't leave a single seat, and then it'll go back and sell those seats in front of me to the next person. Maybe they wanted 4 or less, so they'll be able to purchase those seats instead of me. Full House is a tool that we can run at any time. It just generates a list of email addresses with folks that have already purchased tickets that have 1 or 2 seats next to them. So 1 seat if you don't prevent single seats, and then 2 if you do. But that list of email addresses can be contacted, you know, hey, you're in luck, there's a seat next to you. And it's kind of on a first come, first serve basis, you know, whoever gives them access to that seat, and they just log in. Or the folks just click on the link, and then they can access those seats to buy them. So they can buy them themselves, they can forward it to their friends. But either way, it's going to be, you know, definitely adding to your data, obviously, and adding to those folks' individual order history. Maybe they didn't know the show was going on. Maybe they thought it was sold out. Maybe they thought they couldn't sit next to their friends. But again, just really driving that, you know, the filling of the seats. Great question. Do we allow to sell password protected or advanced Spotify or Amex sales? So absolutely, both platforms have the capability of blocking either an event, a performance, a specific price. With our enterprise level product, it uses what we call entitlements. So it can, you know, unlock specific seats if you wanted it to, or a specific section. So anything can be password protected. Absolutely, it's all fully trackable. As far as Spotify sales, not too sure. We'd have to get with Spotify on that. I mean, obviously we're happy to grant a partnership with them, but I don't know specifically what we would be able to accomplish right now. But if they wanted to have like maybe some discrete links, you know, maybe had some things hidden from public on sale sites, and we could, you know, provide them with links that go directly to pages, absolutely. But as far as like a full-on integration or partnership, we don't have that. But I say we always just, you know, we can always just provide a discrete event link that nobody has, or nobody can get to ticket sales unless they have that link. So, and then both platforms you can limit to Amex or Visa, MasterCard, or Discover. Let me see. A couple questions that are repeats, so I'm not gonna, we don't have to get into those, but is there any other questions as far as, I guess, really anything? And then if I don't know the answer, I'll go find it out. Is the dashboard available to the in-house platform product? It is not available. It's a feature. It's not an add-on or anything like that. You don't pay for it. It's provided with the cost of the solution, but it is not something that's available on our in-house platform. our enterprise level product is the one that feeds all of the data into the dashboard itself. So you do have to be on that platform to utilize the dashboard and its capabilities. Any other questions? All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up for today. If you do think of any other questions after, I'm sure most of you guys have my email, but you're more than welcome to email your client services rep or anybody you know here, and we'll get you some help or some answers. But again, the entire team is here to help you with anything that you need, no matter what platform you're on. You know, we're all available to help with best practices, brainstorm, and help solve any issues that you need. Thank you for joining me today. And again, you'll get a link. You'll get a link to this recorded webinar. Sorry I didn't share a webcam this time. It felt a little boring without Lynn here with me. And I'm pretty pregnant, so nobody wants to see that. But we'll see you guys soon when we're around and about. Let us know when you're going places, to events, concerts. Let us know about your high on sales. Let us know about your awesome events that you have coming up. We'd love to hear about anything that you have going on. I also love to hear about successes, things that you figured out, you know, things that went well, high on sales, successful shows, you know, maybe things that went wrong and you fixed them last minute. All of that stuff. We love to hear from our clients about any of that. So don't be a stranger. We'll talk to everybody soon. We'll see everybody soon. And again, thanks for taking time out of your day to join me today, and we'll see you guys later. All right, bye.